Hi, welcome to another unboxing by G-Mike Gaming. Today we're unboxing Dark Vengeance. Yes, it's finally coming today. So we're just going to run through it, show you what's in there, and then we're going to do some battle reports of the 6 missions, which I'll go into in a bit, about the whole thing. So, first of all, you get a spanking nice limited edition box. With it being limited edition, you get the new Interrogator Chaplain, which I think Tom's zooming in onto now. This is a limited run. GW claim it keeps going until it's gone. So, lucky enough, we've got a couple of boxes, so that's good.
And that on the corner is the blood that Stu got out of somebody's face fighting for this box. It's not really, just as a disclaimer.
So yeah, so what we're going to do is going to show you basically what we get into the box. So, move that to one side, and we'll start off, which probably a lot of you are looking forward to, is the mini rulebook. And nice quality, glossy front and back, and it's got none of the story or anything like that, just a lot of lovely pictures, really nice artwork, and everything you need to know about the game. It saves you lumping around that massive main rulebook.
Yeah.
So, and that's nice, very nice quality, and that should hold up. Then we get to the How to Play Dark Vengeance. Now, this has got basically everything you need to know about this whole box set. The more advanced rules are not going to be in this. It's just to learn you the basic rules. So it tells you what's in the army. They've decided to name the models, so you've got the Company Master Balthazar for the Dark Angels and the Chaos Lord Cranon the Relentless. Now he sounds tasty. So let's go. So you go on to the, shows you the movement phase, then onto the shooting phase, and then keep going. They're taking cover saves and stuff like that, and then the assault phase.
So that's essentially just playing you through a turn, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So it tells you how to allocate wounds and take your armour saves and all of that. Again, and then it just chucks you back onto the, again, for the Dark Angels movement phase, tells you how to move your bikes, because they move slightly quicker than the infantry, obviously. Gives you a rule about the deep strike, because the Dark Angel Terminators like deep striking.
There you go, and there's a blue deep strike arrow.
Yes.
Above them, just to show that.
It's laid out very nice. It's all nice and simple. It gets you basically playing the game nice and fluent. So then you keep going, and then obviously we've got the new Chaos Hellbrute. He's a vehicle, so shooting at vehicles is slightly different. You've got the vehicle damage table, so it tells you what can basically hurt it, because normal bolt guns can't hurt it. Again, into the assault phase of the Dark Angels. If you win combat, you can do something called Consolidate, so you can basically move again, or your bikes can turbo boost, so you can get a bit further, which will come into play, I think, in one of the missions. You've got a few of the advanced rules which they didn't have in the Battle for Skull Pass. So you've got the And They Shall Know No Fear, which the Dark Angels have. They always regroup, say for instance, and the bike cover saves, if they move, they get a free 5-up cover save. Also, they've brought into effect in the new rules challenges, so sergeants or your main heroes can actually challenge to fight, kind of like in Warhammer Fantasy, which brings out a whole new
totally new aspects to the game.
Yeah. And I've played a couple of challenges and they are fantastic. They're really fun and they can make for a brilliant story, if you want to say. So then it just goes on. There's a bit of story about what's happening in the 40k world. It's always nice, especially if you're into the history of everything. I'm a big fan of the Horus Heresy books. I've just started to read the Blood Angels Fear to Tread. Yeah, so it tells you a bit about the Dark Angels, a bit about the Chaos Space Marines, and then you come on to the missions, which we're going to be playing today.
Yeah, we're going to play through them, aren't we?
Yeah, and they're looking really exciting. So the first mission is Rampage. There's actually 2 missions which are for one person.
All right. Okay.
So you play on your own, really. And the first mission is you play with the Chaos, and you have the Chaos Lord, the Chosen, and the Cultists. and you have to fight against the Hellbrute. And basically what it is, you have to deactivate the Hellbrute in close combat.
And that's to what, get him to join your warband?
Yeah, he's either, I'm not 100% on the actual thing, he's either broken loose from his chains and he's rampaging, so you have to try and turn him off and calm him down, or you could say that you're trying to capture him.
You see, that straight away to me is better than 5th edition.
Yes.
That just straight away.
Yeah, it wasn't just you set up against the orcs and you just fight. Now you've got an objective, which there's loads of objectives in the new rulebook, and it automatically starts you thinking about playing objectives and thinking a lot more, and it brings a hell of a lot more tactics into the game. So I'm going to be playing that mission, and I'm not looking forward to taking on that Hellbrute. I'm really not, because only the Chaos Lord can deactivate him, and you've got to get him into close combat.
I like the setup map. Hellbrute starts here.
Yes.
Dot.
Straight in the middle. Even though I've got 20 cultists, my Lord, and the Chosen, it's only the Chosen can hurt it in the back in combat, and it's going to be a tough slog. I've got basically vehicles now have got basically health points, hull points they're called, and if you get them down to 0, they die. So what you've got to do on this mission is you've got to get the Hellbrute down to 1 hull point. You can't kill him, and then you've got the Chaos Lord to be able to hit him, and then he automatically deactivates him. So it can be quite tasty, because if you miss, that Hellbrute is going to smack.
He's going to turn you into,
he's going to paste. Yeah. You don't see the horns on the Chaos Lord sticking out the ground, basically.
No.
So that's the first mission.
But as Stu said, we're going to play through all the missions and check the other videos out for all that.
So the second mission, I believe, is another one-person mission. You take control.
I'll be doing that.
Tom will be doing that one. And you take control of the Space Marine bikes, the Dark Angel bikes, and they've got to run like a gauntlet. They've got to get from one end of the table to the other 3 times. And each time they face 20 cultists. So all in all, they face 60. And they've basically got to have 1 bike remaining at the end of the 3rd turn. So you'll see a lot of the bikes' movements and how they can move. And what I've been told is that it's quite actually hard to take down the bikes, especially with the cultists, but we'll soon see. Okay, the next one is Ambush, and this one is I believe the Dark Angel's Librarian starts on the board first against the 20 cultists. Then in the Chaos 2nd and 3rd turn, the Chosen and the Lord, I believe, turn up. So it's all of them against the Librarian. It's not until the 4th turn that the Dark Angel's Terminators come down onto the board. So the Librarian's got to survive 4 turns on his own against near enough the whole Chaos army.
But he's a Space Marine with a hood.
But
so
he is a Librarian, so
right.
he does have psychic powers, and we'll show you how they work as well. Okay, so that's the 3rd mission. The 4th mission is Psychic Storm. Oh, I could actually be wrong here. Sorry, that was the 4th mission.
Okay.
The 3rd mission is... let me just have a look. Oh, you start off with just a combat squad for the Dark Angels against the cultists.
Alright, so the cultists have jumped
yeah.
them and... yeah, okay.
Yeah. So that's the 3rd mission. The 4th mission is the one with the Librarian.
Okay. I thought it was throwing you in at the deep end a bit.
Yeah, that was a bit. Yeah. So he has, as you can see here, he has a psychic attack, which is called Smite. It's range 12, strength 4, AP 2, assault 4. So basically, if he hits you, he's going to be killing everything in the Chaos Marine army without an armor save.
Yeah.
Which is quite tasty. And he gets 4 shots to do that. Mission 5, you have the Dark Angels Company Master, the Librarian, the Tactical Squad. I think they're split down into 2 5-mans, and then you've got the Tactical Squad, Dreadnought Squad, Terminator Squad, and then you've got the Bike Squad against all of the Chaos by the looks of it. So
building up to more of
I think that is
yeah,
just fight to the last man. That is, it's victory points basically. So if you kill Cranon the Relentless, you gain 3 victory points. If you kill the Librarian, you only get 2.
Again, it's a good way of progressing you through to, if you ever go on to tournament play guys or anything like that, that's who decides you're the men from the boys, so to speak.
Yeah.
So
Yep. So, and then the last one is called the Hellfire Stone. So that is the first mission you'll play where it's got an actual objective. I believe this one is you have to pick up the objective and escort it off to the end of the board. Yeah, you've got to pick it up, and the only ways to make the model drop the objective is to kill him.
Alright, okay. Give it to the Hell Brute.
Yeah. The dropped objective will be picked up by the next model that moves into contact with it. So, and then I believe you've just got to get it back off to your end of the board. But that's in the middle, and the bikes for the Dark Angels can move super fast. So that might be, it can either be a short game if you can't kill them and they pick up the objective, or they could use the actual bikes to block the opponent off. And that's it, and then it just basically, on the last page, tells you where to go to find out more information about Games Workshop stuff as they do.
And I mean, we all know, guys, you're looking at a YouTube video now, so there's plenty of
exactly,
plenty of different places.
So, and then on the back, it's got an image of the models, which are very, very nice, and we'll go and look at them now. So there we go. So first off, we'll start off with the reason why this set. Oh, actually, before that, quick reference sheet.
Yay!
Tells you everything you need to know to hit charts, to wound charts, cover saves, your turn sequence, your weapon types, and then the stats for the.
I mean, that's front page, Stu. I don't know about you, but I'll be taking one of them.
Yes.
Probably in my gaming folder.
Yeah.
All the time.
I can't see why not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and on the back you've got the vehicle damage chart, some little advanced rules, what kind of movement you can do in various terrain, and what effects it has on you. So carry that around. It's very thin, light. Just bang it in your codex or
back your
like
codex.
And it's awesome. And then you get
how to build
obviously how to build them, which they're all snap fit, and they all kind of, there's only one piece goes to the specific model, so you can't really go wrong. So like I say, we'll go to the reason why this is the actual special edition, and you get Interrogator, Chaplain, Serificus.
Yeah.
Yep. And you get a nice little like laminated A4 bit of card.
That's actually really nice.
It is.
Yeah, I'm impressed with that.
Yep.
So his own little backstory and what he is.
And he's actually for the Dark Angels, so you get quite, I think, a bit of an advantage from the Dark Angels to the Chaos.
Yeah, I mean, it does say that on that one you can use him in 5 and 6, as in mission 5 and 6, but I think we'll leave that, because obviously if you can pick up guys that are set without him in, he's simply not going to be there, and to be honest with you, he is going to tip the balance ridiculously towards, particularly because, for example, a Litanies of the Dark Angels, any squad he joins can re-roll to hit and to wound rolls for shooting and combat, just because he's there, which is awesome. I'll be having, I mean, if he becomes, I don't know much about Space Marines, as Stu will tell you, I'm not much of a 40k player, but if you can have multiples of him, not the named character, but obviously if you can have multiples of that type of miniature, I'll be having one of them in a lot of squads. So,
I mean, I don't think it would be too bad if you could, if it's just the re-rolls in combat, but the re-rolls to actual, to hit in the shooting phase as well, is crazy.
Yeah,
it's really good. It basically means you're not missing there.
Well, also what it means, the things like if you have a squad with a heavy bolter in it that moves and snapfires, you can re-roll those to 60s to hit.
Yeah,
just things like that. So it's,
exactly.
You know, it's pretty tasty, really. But
so it gives you his stats basically, unit composition, then his weapons he's got.
We won't zoom in too much, for legal reasons.
Yeah, and the little one of the weapons here is Crozius Arcanum. It's got the special rule concussive, and that just tells you what it is down at the bottom. So it does tell you in the rule book, but it's just there nice.
Yeah, it's just
and I say, and just on the back,
how to build
him, and a little
picture of him
scenario
some chaos in.
Yeah, it's that Cranon Relentless he's fighting against. So you get that, which is very, very nice. And next comes to the model, which is, I don't know if you can actually see him with the camera we've got, but he is amazing. He is, I don't know what they've done, or if they're using a new technology or something like that. I believe they're using like a new 3D printer or 3D graphics or something like that. But these models are spanking. I dare say that these are better quality than the actual fine cast models.
Oh, without a doubt.
GW put out.
Without a doubt. I mean, a lot of our fans will know that I'm not a fan of Finecast anyway.
Exactly. Yeah.
These guys. I mean, I've never been interested in Space Marines ever, full stop ever. And these Dark Angels have made me say to Stu today, I'm doing a Dark Angels army because they're just awesome. They are really, really nice.
I mean, it is all snap fit, but I can also already see a potential conversion work for this guy, especially for my Word Bearers force, to use him as a Dark Apostle, and I think he would look absolutely beautiful. So yeah, that's him there. So let's go back onto the onto the Dark Angels. So the first one we'll go to is Librarian Terminal, I believe his name is. And obviously, Librarian, you can use psychic powers, which we'll show you how to use them later. And again, snap fit. And normally the only model you can get at the moment is a standard Librarian, which looks he's a generic Librarian basically. I mean, this guy's got the little Dark Angel symbol on his shoulder pad, but it shouldn't be too hard to...
The Dark Angel's cowl and on him, but yeah, you could convert him up.
Yeah, if you've got a bit of know-how.
I just like the idea of putting some wire in that hand and having like Force Lightning someone and something like that. It's,
so that's the Librarian. And then we go to the Company Master Balthazar.
Who's got a massive sword.
Yes. So yeah, and it's just they just look so nice. That's his back. So he's basically the leader of the Dark Angels in this set. And then we'll go on to the...
You get a full tactical
Space Marines.
Yeah. So, yeah. Now the one thing that Stu told me about, apparently Dark Angels, they like their plasma weapons.
Yep.
And the nice thing about this, you guys got a plasma pistol.
Yeah, that's your sergeant. So he's got a plasma pistol.
Yeah.
Then we'll go...
I think there's a plasma gun.
Go to that guy there. He's got a plasma gun. And then
a plastic plasma cannon.
Yes.
At the back.
Now the difference between these and the Black Reach set is that you just got a Flamer guy and a missile launcher, which wasn't too bad, but you had two separate tactical squads. Right. You've only got one squad here, but they've all got plasma weapons.
And that is how a Dark Angel squad would go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, now with the rules, you can actually, because the plasma cannon is a heavy weapon. Beforehand, if you moved, you couldn't fire it. Now, you can.
All right. Okay.
I'm not quite sure on the blast weapons though. That's the only issue.
Well, something to look
but
at,
you can actually still combat squad. So 10 men can split down into 5.
The other thing I was considering is if you buy maybe 4 sets, make a Devastator squad with 4 plasma cannons.
Easy. Yeah.
You've got plenty of Marines left. You'd have loads of Terminators, loads of bikes. You'd have a massive Dark Angels army.
Yeah.
So.
And AP2 now is, against vehicles is better because you get +1 to roll on the damage chart, whereas in the previous edition you didn't get anything.
But all in all, they're really nice.
They are nice.
You can't see very well with this, but they all have the Dark Angel symbols on them, as in etched on them, which is nice. It makes it easier for painting, doesn't it?
Yeah. So then we'll show you the bike squad next. So this is the Dark Angels. They like their bikes and they like the Terminators and they like the plasma. So we've got this guy here. He's just a normal standard. You probably could call him the company sergeant, the sergeant, the champion of the squad. And again, the bikes have got pegs in on the bottom, so and then the bases have got holes in. So you just pop them in, and it makes the bike tilt, which gives it some.
Which makes it look cool.
Yeah. Then you've got the normal guy with the bolt pistol. Yeah. And then you've got the plasma gunner. So and they're really nice. Again, all snap fit. And then we come to probably the best thing I think in this Dark Angel box.
I'll tell you a story. Is when I built him, that was me sold on Dark Angel.
Yeah.
He's awesome. And that guy.
Yeah.
In fact, all of them are.
If you remember the Space Marines in the Black Reach set, they were very static.
Yes.
And they didn't have any weapon options. I mean, now you've got just the power fist, you've got the sergeant with a power sword, you've got the assault cannon with a power fist, just a normal guy with a power fist again, and then you've got the chain fist.
You've got a full squad. A squad that you'd actually write up in an army list there, aren't you?
But I mean, they are snap fit, but if you have multiple boxes of these, awesome. You wouldn't mind because they look great.
Yeah.
So they are really, really nice. But that is the Dark Angels, and that's Tom's favourite. So now we're going to my favourite, the Chaos. So there's 2 new things in the Chaos set here now, which isn't in the Chaos Codex. Hopefully there's one coming out soon. And we'll start off with the Cultists. And there's a lot, as you probably know, you've been seeing on the internet and stuff like that with the rumours. They're finally here, and they look brilliant. I mean, you can just imagine Imperial Guard, but Chaos looking. Obviously they're not as well equipped as the Chaos Guard. I mean, these ones are all equipped with auto guns, and then you've got one, I believe it's a heavy stubber.
That brings back Necromunda memories. Like that.
And then you've got the actual leader, who's got a shotgun, and I think it's a power sword. I'm not quite sure.
Do you know? Sorry, I mean, do you know that against you there? That's a Necromunda gang, isn't it?
Yes. That is. It's. Yeah, it's amazing. It really is. I mean, he in the story is a old Imperial Guard commissar.
Right.
He has got actually the commissar jacket still on still.
All right. Okay.
So obviously you can see where this is going. They've just turned to Chaos. They've had enough of serving the Emperor and being loyal and all that, and the Chaos Gods have offered them something else.
Fancy doing a bit of pillaging?
Yeah, probably some cookies, to be honest. So that's one squad, and they've all got auto guns. So they're the shooty Cultists, basically. Okay. And I believe they've got the same stats as the Imperial Guard.
Yeah, from the look of it, yeah. I mean, I'm not 100%, but they're 3-3-3.
Yeah,
lots of threes.
One attack, one move.
They're a man, a human.
Yeah, I don't think they've got any armor save either. So
yeah, I think they're just a standard human stat line, aren't they?
And then we go on to the second squad, which these have got close combat weapon and pistols. We've just got auto pistols.
He's nice.
Yep, he's got a little. He's a sergeant of that squad.
Okay.
And then you've got the flamer guy there. So, and they're the close combat squad for the Cultists. And then we go on to probably some of the best models I believe GW's ever produced, and we'll go with the Chosen first. Now these are elite Chaos Space Marines.
I'm going to start at that end.
Yeah, start there like that. So we've got this guy here. I mean, the detail on it is amazing. I mean, he's got a power fist, but the detail just rival anything I've ever seen, to be honest.
I mean, obviously, keep an eye out on our Facebook gallery, because Stu will put pictures of his army up once, and as and when it's painted. So, which we've got a better camera for that purpose.
Yeah. So. I will just let everyone know, I will be painting these up as word bearers, just so the fact is that I can use the Cultists. They have a lot of Cultists in their story, in their backstory.
So it's fingers crossed, isn't it? But surely they're going to be in the codex.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you've got one with a power fist. You've then got this guy charging at you with a power axe.
Which all have different stats now.
They do, yes. All power weapons have been split down into their various power sword, power axe, power maul. I think there's a power lance as well. So just a normal guy with a bolt gun.
Yeah.
And this guy with
a
pair of lightning claws. You've got then the sergeant of this squad. He's got a power maul, and he's even taken his helmet off just to fight you. And then you've just got the normal guy.
He's hard as nails.
He is.
He doesn't even need his helmet on.
And then you've just got a normal guy. One thing which we've want to show you is, I think it's absolutely fantastic, and it's amazing. If you can see on the back of these two power packs, they've got tentacles coming out of the power packs, and they grabbed hold of the bolt gun and they're reloading the bolt gun with a magazine.
Oh yeah.
That is astonishing. It is brilliant.
A bit hard to see, I think. Yeah. But you get, again, we'll take photos of that, guys. That's cool.
It's really snazzy. That has really made me happy, to be honest. So that's the Chosen. Now we'll come to my most favourite model I've ever seen, and I'll have the pleasure to paint. This is the new Chaos Hellbrute. Now, if you just think Dreadnought, that's him in a nutshell, basically. His story is slightly different, but the detail on him is immense, and he looks very, very nice.
It looks like he's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
That's exactly how he should look as well.
I mean, he's armed with a multi-melter and obviously power fist for a walker. But he is stunning. Again, snap fit, it goes together really, really well. The only thing you have to do is just drill out the bases for him, which I suggest I'm doing anyway. And that's him. He'll be he might not be my first model that I paint up.
That Chaos Lord's going to be your first one.
Yeah.
I know it is.
And I think, then we come to the Chaos Lord. Now, he is stunning. I've not seen anything in the Chaos army up to date which rivals this guy. He seriously looks at the business. The detailing on him, on his sword, is fantastic.
Yeah.
His armour, cloth, the little trinkets he's got, and his helmet with the horns is just immense. He's then got like a wolf pelt on them, so you could even claim that he's even fought the Space Wolves and killed them. Then on his power pack, he's got a spine running down.
They're just incredible,
So,
aren't they? For how the plastic miniatures have come on.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been hobbying for 20 years now, but it's unbelievable what they make now.
These are going to be. We're really looking forward to get some painting onto these. So obviously check our Facebook, check Twitter, sign up if you've not already. Check out the YouTube reports or battle reports or anything like that. Subscribe, comment, and see you later. Keep it dreamlike.